Welcome to Marketing Deep Dive Podcast, episode 10.
We're all kind of in that daily grind, aren't we? Always looking for that spark, that fresh idea that can really make our marketing stand out and connect.
Yeah, exactly.
But today we're not just going to scratch the surface. We're doing a deep dive into some really remarkable marketing campaigns, the ones that have stuck around, but more importantly, maybe offer some tangible ideas for you.
Mm-hmm. We've picked out some, let's say, historically successful ones across different areas too. Fashion, liquor, cosmetics, you name it.
Right.
And the idea isn't just to admire them from afar. We want to actually pull apart the strategies, figure out the principles you could maybe use yourself.
Think of it as maybe a shortcut to understanding what clicks. We've done the sifting, hopefully, to bring you the key bits, those aha moments. So let's jump in. First up, a brand that's just masterful at lifestyle and, identity. Ralph Lauren.
Ralph Lauren is a great place to start. That long-term play, embodying the American lifestyle, especially in their print ads over the years.
Oh yeah, those images are iconic.
They weren't just selling shirts, were they? It was a whole vision. And what's really interesting is how that consistent visual style, kept up for literally decades, builds this deep familiarity and trust. You feel like you know the brand.
Totally. You see it, you know it instantly.
Yeah.
But the really strategic part, I think, is that Olympics connection. That's endured.
Yes. Every few years, this huge global spotlight, everyone feeling patriotic, and boom, there's Ralph Lauren dressing Team USA.
More than just logos on jackets, right?
Oh, definitely. It's about tying your brand to these big positive moments, these high visibility events. Consistently outfitting the Olympic team, it subtly weaves Ralph Lauren into that story of national pride, achievement. And doing it over and over again at such a, prestigious event. That builds serious brand equity. That gut feeling people have about the brand. The long haul really matters there.
It's a long game for sure, investing in perception. And, it's interesting how smaller brands could even riff off that.
Yeah.
Like Bandit Running's Unsponsored Project.
Yeah, that's a fantastic example. It raises that question for smaller players.
Yeah.
What are your anchor events? Bandit, they operate in the running niche, right?
Right.
So they basically created their own unofficial sponsorship for athletes who didn't have the big dias, giving them gear during the Olympics.
Yeah.
It tapped into that same spirit, got them visibility within their community.
Super smart. Fighting your moment, even without a massive budget.
Exactly.
Resourceful.
Okay, let's switch gears completely. Let's talk Duolingo, that green owl. It's inescapable.
Yeah, Duo the Owl. It's fascinating how they approach content. They've basically got a comedy writer's room vibe going on.
Really?
Yeah, focusing on Duo's personality, creating funny stuff.
Yeah.
It's not just learn Spanish, it's entertainment. Content people actually want to share.
You see it everywhere, like crashing concerts, showing up in Squid Game parodies.
Yeah.
It's become this memeable thing, almost anti-corporate in a weird way. And that connects to, I think, the bigger idea of cultural relevance. They're not just pushing app features. They're trying to make the brand part of the conversation, part of pop culture.
So the takeaway is treat marketing like entertainment.
Kind of, yeah. Think about your brand, or maybe a mascot as a character. Can you do episodic content? Can you develop a personality? The aim is to be, ubiquitous, part of the culture.
Interesting. Okay, now for maybe one of the most legendary campaigns ever, De Beers. Diamonds are forever. That's foundational.
Oh, absolutely. Potentially one of the most prolific marketing efforts, full stop. Diamonds are forever. Just think about the power of that.
It tied diamonds to love, commitment, forever.
And even dictated the price point. That whole 2-month salary thing, that came from them. It wasn't just selling jewelry. It was literally creating a cultural tradition, setting expectations, marketing, shaping society, really.
It's wild to think how much that defined engagement rings for, generations.
Yeah.
So then lab-grown diamonds arrive. Cheaper. Chemically identical.
Yeah.
How did De Beers handle that disruption?
Well, this is where that decades of brand building really paid off, wasn't it? That deep-seated idea that a natural diamond was the ultimate symbol of love and status. It acted like a shield.
Right.
It gave them a buffer. The lab-grown diamonds didn't just immediately crater the market because that perception was so strong. It bought them time.
That emotional connection was their defense. But they didn't just sit back, did they?
No, no, their response was quite clever, actually. They introduced their own lab-grown diamond lines, but crucially at a lower price.
So reinforcing the difference.
Exactly. It subtly positioned natural diamonds as the premium, the real deal emotionally, and lab-grown as, the more accessible, practical choice. A masterclass in managing disruption while protecting your core.
Okay, shifting again, let's talk values. Patagonia. That "don't buy this jacket" ad still kind of blows my mind.
Yeah, that was bold, wasn't it? Especially running it on Black Friday, at the peak consumption day.
Totally counterintuitive.
It was a powerful statement about their values, sustainability, conscious consumption, encouraging repair, reuse. It really cemented their identity and built incredible loyalty. It shows you can build strength by, seemingly telling people not to buy.
Such a contrast to the usual buy more message.
Yeah.
And it clearly worked for them. What's also interesting is how that strong identity let them stretch into, food, Patagonia provisions.
Well, right, tinned fish even.
What?
It sounds weird, but it worked, and that comes back to brand identity and trust, I think.
How so?
Well, after nearly 50 years of consistently living their values, the customers trust them. They understand their audience deeply. So when Patagonia says, hey, we've got this food line sourced responsibly, people listen.
Because the brand stands for something authentic.
Exactly. That trust allows them to move into unexpected areas. If your audience really believes in what you stand for, they'll follow you.
Okay, let's look at a different kind of strategy. Le Creuset. It's all about the color, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Their use of color is brilliant. It's not just decoration, it's the anchor of their marketing.
And they leverage platforms like Pinterest really well for that. Visual guides, kitchen aesthetics.
Tapping right into that desire for a beautiful home. People visualize the products in their own space. It makes the cookware feel like a design choice, not just a utility.
And they keep it fresh with the color cycle. New ones come in, old ones retire.
Exactly. That creates natural marketing moments all year round. There's excitement for the new colors, and then this urgency to grab the retiring ones before they vanish. FOMO for cookware.
Huh, yeah. And it seems like it's created this whole industry around reporting on it.
It really has. Food bloggers, lifestyle sites, they all cover the color changes. And here's the clever part. A lot of that coverage includes affiliate links.
So Le Creuset gets marketing and sales driven by third parties talking about their color.
Precisely. It's this self-perpetuating ecosystem. Really smart, integrated marketing built around a core product feature, its color.
Okay, now let's touch on a couple of classics that were huge, but maybe didn't fully adapt to, say, the social media age. Absolute Vodka first.
Oh, the Absolute campaign. Genius in its time, using that unique bottle shape as a canvas.
Yeah. Absolute city name, absolute artist name.
Exactly. It created incredible brand recognition, allowed for so much creativity, yet always tied back to that core shape. Super effective in print.
Definitely remember those.
Yeah.
So what was the missed opportunity, you think?
Well, connecting it to today, maybe it didn't quite leap into the interactive potential of social media. Imagine that bottle canvas concept on Instagram or TikTok now.
User-generated content, maybe?
Artist collabs in real time.
Yeah, exactly. Short videos, animations. It could have been incredibly dynamic and engaging online, building on that same core idea.
Makes sense. Okay, and the other one, Dos Equis, the most interesting man in the world. Everyone knew that guy.
He was iconic. That campaign definitely injected this air of sophisticated intrigue around the brand, elevated it.
They eventually retired him, right?
They did. And looking back, you wonder how that core idea could have evolved for social media.
Instead of just one fictional guy. Maybe. Perhaps they could have used social to find and feature real, interesting people, from all walks of life. User stories, short interviews, Q&As.
Keep the spirit alive, but make it more authentic and community-driven.
Something like that. It's about adapting those strong core concepts for the platforms and expectations of today.
Right. Okay, let's talk collaborations. Kiehl's and Equinox. That partnership has been going on for ages, hasn't it?
It's legendary, really. A perfect example of a co-benefiting partnership.
So Equinox was basically a giant sampling program for Kiehl's.
In a way, yeah. Especially for reaching men who might not browse skincare aisles. Equinox, being this luxury fitness brand, provided a really credible environment for that introduction.
So you're working out, feeling good, and there's this high-end Kiehl's lotion in the locker room. It feels right.
Exactly. It aligned the premium feel of both brands. Equinox members get nice perks, reinforcing the club's value. Kiehl's gets access to this desirable, health-conscious audience in a trusted setting.
It's a classic win-win. Strategic partnerships can be so powerful for reaching new people.
Definitely. Choosing the right partner is key, of course.
Okay, let's talk transformation. Lego. They weren't always doing Star Wars and Marvel sets, were they?
No, that was a major strategic shift for them, moving beyond their own original IP, like, pirates, castles, space, to embracing these massive entertainment franchises.
What prompted that? It felt like a big change.
Well, the timing was perfect, really. It aligned with the explosion of fandom culture. People's identities became increasingly tied to the movies, games, and stories they loved.
Right, niche communities becoming mainstream.
Exactly. So, by partnering with Star Wars, Marvel, later Harry Potter, Fortnite, D&D, Lego tapped directly into these incredibly passionate, pre-existing fan bases.
And it completely revitalized the brand, didn't it? Made it relevant again, broadened the appeal.
Massively. It wasn't just about selling more bricks. It led to the Lego movies, video games.
Right.
It cemented Lego back into the heart of popular culture across generations.
It really shows how powerful licensing can be, not just for toys, but as a core marketing strategy.
Absolutely. It's about understanding cultural trends and finding ways to align your brand with them.
Okay, finally, let's look at a newer player that seems to be doing everything right in the modern marketing playbook. Poppi, taking on Big Soda.
Poppi is a fascinating case study in disruption, yeah. What stands out is how multifaceted and, agile their approach is. They don't have the legacy budgets, but they're creating serious buzz.
They seem to hit all the notes. Authentic founder story, cool creator collabs, celebrity sightings, Post Malone, Paris Hilton.
They're very present on social media, obviously. Viral content.
But it's not just online, right? They do in-store stuff, show up at stadiums.
Exactly. They're basically taking traditional marketing tactics, building awareness, using endorsements, being visible where people gather, but executing them with this modern social-first sensibility.
And the product itself, the healthier soda alternative, fits the current zeitgeist.
Right. The brand personality is strong, relatable, they're hitting multiple touch points effectively, and it seems cost-effectively. It feels very now.
It really feels like they rewrote the soda marketing playbook for this generation.
I think that's fair to say. Poppi provides a great blueprint for how challengers can take on incumbents by being nimble, authentic, and just really good at modern, integrated marketing.
So, wrapping this up, quite a journey through different campaigns. A few big themes seem to stand out, don't they?
Definitely. That power of consistent storytelling, like Ralph Lauren. The idea of marketing as entertainment, like Duolingo. Building those deep perceptions over time, like the beers, that buys you resilience.
Yeah, and aligning with customer values like Patagonia. Using your unique assets strategically, color for Le Creuset, the bottle for Absolute. Smart partnerships like Kiehl's and Equinox.
And embracing trends like licensing, which transformed Lego. And then, the Poppi example, doing all the modern things well to disrupt a category. Lots of different paths to success.
Absolutely. So maybe the final thought for everyone listening is this. Looking at all these diverse strategies, what's one tactic, maybe something a bit unconventional for your industry or your audience, that could unlock some real growth or engagement?
Yeah, maybe it's time to look at your own playbook with fresh eyes, drawing inspiration from some of these maybe unexpected places.
Find your own way to create something memorable, something impactful.
Thank you for listening, and see you next Thursday for some more Marketing Deep Dive Podcast.